Here's a update on the Ej205 swap into an RS, and I did manage to get the engine in. It went in pretty easily, wasn't too bad. I don't have the starter in just because I want a little bit more room over here for when I get the harness. I got the slave cylinder bolted in so I could make sure the clutch works, which it does. This is the thing I'm worried about, is this AC line, because the intercooler goes right there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I hope it can just kind of push it down underneath. But then you have the brace that goes there that might get in the way, so not sure what I'm going to do with that. And I found out that the high pressure line that goes there and bolts down there, the RS one, is not going to work in that. The reason why it won't work is because, as you can see, it hits this bracket right there. So it's not going to work. But I think you just run a WRX high pressure line, because with the WRX one, it comes up first and then around. So I think that's what you got to do. So I'm going to order one of those and I'll try it out. And then I got the WRX throttle cable in, and it fit fine, but it was a little weird because the RS one, it clips into the firewall, and with the WRX one, it clips into the pedal, and the connection's kind of weird on there. I'll show you what it looks like, but it seems like it works. The throttle pedal does work, but it just seems kind of loose in there, so I might have to figure something out for that. And then I also got the WRX power steering lines bolted in, that one there, and then this one where the reservoir will sit, I guess right there. I'm not sure. I need to look into that. This is the RS radiator too, and what you have to do with this is you have to gut this. So you have to take the spring off, as you can see, and just use that top seal, because with the reservoir, where is it? Sorry, my garage is a disaster right now. I've just been working non-stop on this thing. So here's the reservoir. So the reservoir bolts down like that, and one of these lines usually runs into the side of the radiator, and then one goes to the coolant overflow tank. So what you do is you run the one that goes to the radiator to where the cap is, and then you run this other line just straight to the overflow tank. So you run that one just from the reservoir that sits here down into here, and then that way it flows into the radiator. And with this spring in here, it won't allow the coolant to flow into it, so that's why you have to gut it. And what else about this thing? This is the RS AC pump, and that bolted right in there, no problems. Like I said, it's just that line. I'm gonna have to get a different line. Other than that, as you can see, this is with the engine in, and I haven't run the wires because I'm still waiting on those, which should be here in 2 days. So today is Sunday. I should get those Tuesday, and then as you can see, you have enough room in here to really just kind of get the wires in. There was some that ran down to the transmission right there. And then for the engine, where are the wires for the engine? I don't even know. Here's one right there. So that's the one. Yeah, there's that one there. This is for the up pipe. And then there will be a couple for the O2 sensors. And then one right here. Windshield wipers, motor. And then there's some that run. As you can see, this is where the original wires ran over there. And then there's a few connections. And then this is for the heater core. Sorry, this is for the heater core. So this is the inlet. So this line runs into that side right there, and then the one coming out on the other side runs to that one down there. So that's for the heater core. As you can see, those two lines down there. And then I got the fender out. So the engine harness will run down here where the original ones go, and you just have to cut this open a little bit to allow more room, and you're just going to run the line like that into this fender right there. So it's going to run through there, and then it's going to connect right here to the engine. So that shouldn't be too bad. And then I'll show you the throttle cable. So what I meant with the throttle cable is, you can see right there, it connects into the pedal assembly. So it just doesn't seem like it's in there very well. I think that's how it's supposed to go, but I honestly have no idea. So I'm just going to try it and see if it works. So that's it. So my next processes I'm going to do is I'm going to get the power steering reservoir hooked up, and then I'm going to leave the engine like this until I get the harness. Run the harness, and then I can put in the battery, the intercooler, the intake, and put coolant in it, and it should be good to go. So hopefully the next video it will be close to running or running.